Alright, so here we're looking at an LS1 block. We're assembling the rods on top of the pistons. Now these are what are called floating pistons, or floating wrist pins I should say. You have your wrist pin here. Now the reason why they call them floating wrist pins is because this will go through the piston, and you actually don't need to have them pressed in, heated up, or anything like that to get pressed in there to make it hold. But this will go right through there, like so. But once it's in, it's held in by two compression rings, which are these here. Let me see if I can focus. Of course it won't focus. Focus! Okay, there we go. See how these kind of go in a little spiral? There's a groove that is cut into each one of the pistons, and these just happen to be Weisco pistons, as you can tell in there. And these are directional, which means that these can only go in a certain way. Now on an LS1, because of the larger valve versus the other valve, one's an intake, one's an exhaust, these pistons have to go in a certain direction. You have a dimple that's right here on all pistons, which will tell you the direction that you need to go in. Now for this one, because of the way that the larger valve is over here, this is actually a driver's side. So we're going to install it on this side just like that. Okay. Now on the rod, it's really important to notice these are Texas Speed Performance rods that our customer gave to us, or connecting rods. Okay, it's important that you take a look at the chamfered edge. Okay, a chamfered edge is basically a beveled edge that's on the rod in itself, and you can tell which direction it's supposed to go in because if you look, you have a very deep impressioned chamfered edge right here, and a very small one that's over here on the other side. This side always goes to the outer part on the crankshaft. And let me show you exactly what I'm talking about here. Okay, let me plop those there real quick. Okay. Okay. If you go over here, okay, we just had the machine shop went ahead and remachined this for us, for our customer. Cleaned everything up. Did a real nice job, by the way. But these are the outer parts, okay? So that large chamfered edge is going to go on the outside here and on the outside here. You have your main bearing and your assembly that connects here. Then here you have another journal for your rods. And again, the chamfered edge is going to go here, then the chamfered edge is going to go towards this direction, and so on. Okay? Yeah, they did a nice job. Chamfered edge, same thing over here, the last one. Chamfered edge. So that's going to go on the outside. That's important because that helps where the direction of them are supposed to go. Now, if you have them backwards, you'll run into a situation where you'll have issues with oiling, you'll have issues with binding and them actually fitting properly the way they need to. So it's really important that you make sure that they are done right, that you pay attention to the direction of the dimple that's on the piston. On an LS1, because they have different size valves, it's equally critical for you to pay attention to that to make sure you have the driver's side on the driver's side and the passenger side on the passenger side. And the same thing, make sure that you have your chamfered edge on your chamfered edge where it's supposed to go on the crankshaft, and the non-chamfered edge goes towards the inside or towards the other rod. So when you're looking at it, okay, if you put these up next to each other, see how there's a chamfered edge there and there's a non-chamfered edge? They don't go like that, okay? You have your chamfered edge here, and you have your chamfered edge there. And so the way that they would work is the two non-chamfered edges will go together like this, so that both chamfered edges are on the outside, okay? So I hope this helps you guys. For those that are assembling an LS1 or a Chevy or Ford engine, they're all pretty much the same, and they're all going to be assembled in the same way. You know, as long as you take your time and make sure you pay attention to the installations on them and the direction everything's supposed to go in, you'll be good to go. God bless y'all. This is Stardust Automotive, and we'll see you soon.